Very good morning to one and all present here. This is Pushpanjali Mishra. I welcome you back in the science class. Nowadays, you must have heard in the news or read in the newspaper that the situation is very critical. The spread of COVID-19, it is increasing alarmingly, and hence we are locked down because of that spread. It is very difficult for us to cope up with the situation, but we have to do, because social distancing is the only way to fight with this deadly virus. So just keep one positive thought in your mind. Don't be disheartened. Just think that keep looking up. That's the secret of the life. Keep yourself engaged in doing positive activities. Okay? Before starting the session, may I have an excuse for my bad voice as I am suffering from cough and cold. But I will try my best to make you clear through this teaching. Recapitulation section we had done last time, part A, B, C, the objective part. Today we will start with the subjective question answers. Chapter 2, food. Now let's start. Something to know. Part D. Answer the following questions in brief. The very first serial order is name the important sources of our food. The question is very simple and clear to you, that what are the two sources from which we get our food. The answer is plant and animal. Now you see what I have written. The sources of our food are plants and animals. The question is very simple. Answer is also very simple. Clear? Move to the second question. State the importance of carbohydrates in our diet. In previous discussion, we had discussed that the food is made up of 7 components: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, water and roughage. Carbohydrates constitute the major part of our diet, and it is mainly to provide the energy in the body. You must be thinking, ma'am, then what is the function of fat? See, fat also provides the major part of energy, or we can say it gives more energy than carbohydrates, but it is taken in a small amount. The major part is constituted by the carbohydrates, and fat is also providing the warmth to the body. Here we have to mention only about the carbohydrates. I was talking about fats, just I did a comparison between the carbohydrates and fats. Carbohydrates and fats both are energy giving nutrients. Fats are giving more energy than carbohydrates but taken in small quantity, and fats also provide warmth to the body. Now see what I have written here. Carbohydrates provide energy to our body. It is named as energy giving food. Question number C, serial order C. Name the vitamin whose deficiency causes the disease of. Now, some of the diseases name is mentioned here, listed here. You have to find out the concerned vitamin, that which vitamin's deficiency causes that particular disease. The very first one is night blindness. Now, what is the meaning of night blindness? Night blindness does not mean the person will not be able to see in night. No, this thought is very wrong. This very thought is wrong. Night blindness means the vision in the dim light will be very poor. Okay, or when there is no sufficient light, that person will not be able to see properly, and it is all because of vitamin A. Vitamin A, it is also known as retinol, because it helps in the formation of the pigment of the retina. Retina is the part of the eye. That's why it is said that night blindness causes due to the deficiency of vitamin A. Clear? Next. B. Berry. Beriberi is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin B1. See, in your book, it is not differentiated that which vitamin B of that complex causes which type of disease. So if you write vitamin B only in context of berry, it will be okay. But if you mention B1, the particular name of that vitamin, then the answer will be more appropriate. Okay, so write down the berry is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin B1. Now no more confusion. The third one, you see, scurvy. Scurvy is a disease related to tooth and the gums, and it is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin C. Vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is actually the anti-scurvy. It helps in treating the scurvy patient. That's why it is vitamin C is also named as ascorbic acid. Number D, rickets. Rickets is a disease related to the bones, and it is associated with the deficiency of vitamin D. Vitamin D is the building block, or vitamin D is very important to absorb the calcium and phosphorus. Calcium and phosphorus are the building blocks of the bones. So bones will get deformed due to the lack of vitamin D, calcium and phosphorus, and that condition is termed as rickets. So here scurvy is a disease caused due to the deficiency of vitamin C, and the rickets, it is caused due to the deficiency of vitamin D. Next question, serial order 4. Name any 3 of the minerals needed by our body. When we were discussing in the previous class, then we discussed many types of minerals like your sodium, potassium, fluoride, zinc, iron, iodine, etc. But here we have to write any 3 of them. So I have written here the very common which generally comes in everybody's mind, that is your iron, calcium and iodine. Iron, we all know this, it is very important for the formation of blood. Calcium, building blocks of bone, and iodine. Last time we discussed a lot about the iodine. The deficiency of iodine causes the goiter. Goiter is the enlargement of the thyroid gland present in the neck. Clear? So these 3 names I have written here. You can write other 3 minerals also, but these 3 are very common and can say very important, extremely important in our body. Next one, state the role of calcium in our diet. Now what is the role of calcium in our diet? The calcium helps in building the bones and the teeth strong and healthy. The same thing I have written here. It helps to form and maintain healthy teeth and bones. Clear? Number 6. Write the full forms of the terms PEM and PCM. Last session when we were doing questionnaire session with my students, there I found that you had problem in this concept PEM and PCM. Now see, before dealing with these 2 terms, let us clear about the balanced diet. The diet which contains all the nutrients, the food which is made up of all the nutrients or all the components in proper amount. Okay, when the body is not getting the nutrients in adequate amount, then we say that the body is malnourished, improper habit of taking food, and the term is known as malnutrition. Under malnutrition, the disease caused, it is termed as PEM and PCM. Now what is the meaning of PEM? P stands for protein, E for energy, M for malnutrition. Clear to you? And PCM, again it has the same meaning. There is the letter E is exchanged with C. E stands for energy, and energy is measured in calorie. That's why the PEM can also be written as PCM. See what I have written here? Protein, energy, malnutrition, and for PCM I have written protein, calorie, malnutrition. Please keep this in your mind that the first letter of all these three words, it should be capital. When we writing the full forms of the terms, the first letter should be capital. P, E, M, P, C, M. Clear? Part E. Now the first question in part E is name two sources of each of the following. Now some of the name of the components of the food is given. You have to write the name of the sources of the food in which they are in abundance. It is on your choice. Now see what I have written. The carbohydrates, I have mentioned wheat and potato. You can write the name of the mango, sugar, etc. But here I have written potato and wheat, which are very good source of starch and constitute the major part of our diet. The next one is proteins. The soya bean is considered as the richest source of proteins, and how can we forget the milk? These two are very good source of proteins. That's why I have mentioned here. Fats, nuts, cheese, butter, dairy products, ghee, oil, etc. They all can be written under this section. Next, roughage. Roughage is, do you remember roughage? Roughage is the dietary fibers, the cellulose, which is very important for the digestion of the other food items with the help of the some of the enzymes. Cellulose cannot be digested. That all we had discussed in the last class. Now the two easily available sources of roughage, they are whole grains and the green leafy vegetables. Next one, vitamin A, carrots and papaya. Okay, now once again the same question I am repeating, that why do we say that the carrot is rich in vitamin A? Because the same answer, the rabbits are never seen wearing the glasses. And if you cut the section of the carrot, you will see the structure of the carrot is very similar to the construction of your eyes, that is the pupil. Papaya, that yellow fruit, and the green vegetables, all are very rich sources of vitamin A. Then vitamin C, once again the amla, the Indian gooseberry, very rich source of vitamin C, and the orange is very readily available to us. So these two names I have written in vitamin C. Clear? Next question, describe one test each for detecting the presence of the following food in our diet. In our previous discussions and previous lectures, we discussed about how to check the presence of sugar, then starch, then proteins and fats with the help of the Benedict solution, iodine solution, nitric acid, and by rubbing the food items on a paper. So it is already given in the previous notes. That same thing you have to write down, but you have to follow some rules in writing this test. First of all, you have to write the name of the activity. The first point, activity to test the presence of what? Maybe it can be sugar or starch or protein or fat. So just write down the according to the questions, that to test the presence of what. Then second point will be materials required. What you need to perform the test. That name you will be writing here. Number third, procedure. Procedure means the method of performing the test. How did you do that? That very method you will write in your own sentence. And the last one, observation. What happened after adding the particular acid or chemical into the food items? Then what will be the observation? That observation you will be supposed to write here. Clear? So 4 points. Number 1, activity. Number 2, materials required. Number 3, procedure. And number 4, observation. Number 3, why do we need proteins and how do they affect our health? We all know this. Proteins are the bodybuilding food, and it helps in proper growth and development of the body. So the question is, why we need protein and how do they affect our health? Now see what I have written here. Proteins in our diet help our body to repair cells and make new ones. it helps in repairing of the damaged cells and prepare the new ones in place of that damaged cell. Number 2, it is also important for the growth and development of the body. That's why it is said that the growing children, they should take adequate amount of protein because they are in a growing phase, and protein plays a very important role in the growth and development of the body. Next question, number 4, it is a very big question and interesting, as well as you have to be very attentive in solving this question. Now see what I have written here. A mineral X is essential for the formation of a component Y, which is a blood component in the blood of a person. The function of the component Y is to transport oxygen in the body. The deficiency of mineral X in the diet of a person causes a disease Z. Now you have to identify that what are X, Y and Z, and also mention the symptoms of disease Z. Okay. Now you see here. X is the mineral. We don't know the name. X is the mineral. It helps in the formation of the component of blood which is named as Y. Okay. Now the function of Y is to carry oxygen in the blood. Now tell me, which part of the blood helps in carrying of oxygen from one part to another part or transportation of oxygen? It is your hemoglobin. Done. So Y we have found that Y is the hemoglobin. Now the mineral X, its deficiency causes a disease known as Z. We have to find out the name of this disease. Now can you tell me, if Y is the hemoglobin, then what could be the X? X will be your iron. Iron is the mineral which help in the formation of RBC or the hemoglobin, and the deficiency of iron causes anemia. Clear to you? Where the hemoglobin count become less. Now see what I have written here. X is the iron, Y is the hemoglobin, and Z is the anemia. Now what will be the symptoms? The symptoms will be the affected person will become pale and weak, the whitening of the nails can be seen, and there may be swelling in hand and feet due to lack of iron. Next question number 5 is, deficiency of iodine is more common in mountainous regions. Now the people live in the mountainous regions, they are devoid of iodine mostly because they do not take seafood, as well as the water and the soil of that very region, they are missing iodine, or they are very poor in iodine content due to the leaching of the glaciers. So the reason could be that the water and the soil of that area is very poor in iodine content, hence the deficiency of iodine is more common in mountainous regions. Now see what I have written here. The same answer. The deficiency of iodine is more common in mountainous regions where the soil and water are poor in iodine. Okay, water and soil are poor in iodine, and that's why it is seen mostly that the mountainous regions people, they are very prone to the goiter disease. Question number 6, the last serial order of part E. What is balanced diet and why should we take a balanced diet? The diet which contains all the essential components of food in right proportions is called a balanced diet. The diet which contains all the essential components of food in right proportions or adequate amount, it is called balanced diet in our proper ratio. Clear? Now, why should we take a balanced diet? What is the importance of balanced diet in our body? We should take a balanced diet for, first of all, proper development. The protein helps in the proper development of the body and other nutrients also. Number 2, healthy and strong bones. Calcium, vitamin D, phosphorus plays a very important role in making our bones healthy and strong. Number C, maintain healthy weight. If you will follow a proper diet chart, then the consumption of fat will be in a proper way, and hence we can maintain our weight in a healthy manner. Number D, improved memory and good mood. The healthy diet also improve our memories as well as it maintains our mood fresh and good. And number last, E, it lowered the risk of the diseases. Okay, so vitamins, we all know that vitamins help in protecting us. Vitamins help in protecting us from different diseases, as well as many of the different deficiency diseases can be occurred if we will not take the food in a proper amount, clear, or nutrients in a proper ratio. So this way we have finished our discussion part E also. The two important points I have written here, the pigeon chest and the bowel movement. These two topics I missed in my last explanation. Now, what is pigeon chest? In vitamin D deficiency, we read about the deformation of bones. The bones will become weak and bow shaped, either in this way or in this way. Knock knee, K-N-O-C-K, K-N-E-E. The knees will touch each other and it is termed as knock knee. One more condition can be seen in vitamin D deficiency. It is that the rib cage or the bones of the chest, because of the unhealthy diet, or we can say the lack of vitamin D, calcium and phosphorus, the chest bone protrudes. Protrudes means it comes in outward direction or project in the outward direction, just like the pigeon, and this condition is known as pigeon chest. Number C, bowel movement. Bowel movement means to pass these undigested material in a proper way with the help of the roughage. You see, unwanted part is transported through the digestive tract and is removed easily from the body through the excretion process, and this bowel movement is done with the help of the roughage, which contains the cellulose. Clear? Hope the topics under the chapter 2 food, it is all clear to you, and still if you face any problem, you can ask me without any hesitation. Once again, I wish you all the happiness and good health. Please be at home, stay safe and stay positive. Thank you. Bye bye.